Greetings, people of the internet. This is Cardiacs, and today is a late video. And imagine me holding my finger up to your lip because shh, it counts. Anyway, I tried to use a tweezer to get some of the hair out of my paints, but it didn't really work that well, so I don't know what to do about it. It seems like even though I keep my palette shut all the time, it's just cat hair is invasive. It gets everywhere. Anyway, the drawing there that I'm about to work on is a it was inspired by something I saw in somebody's sketchbook, and I can't remember whose it was because I saw it a few days ago, and my memory doesn't last that long. It really doesn't. I swear, my memory is worse than a goldfish sometimes. Supposedly they have a actually good memory. Regardless, what was I saying? Well, this drawing was based on that idea, and it was maybe it was Gel Art's sketchbook video. Like some kind of I don't know. If I can find it, I'll link it. I'll link it in the description, and hopefully I won't forget to do so. I probably will. Anyway, the idea was this character was a small child is sitting in the grass beside a dog, and they're watching the sunset or something like that. I had this kind of idea to put a friend of mine and my own character together, sitting beside each other, watching the sunset, and one of them has a friend who is a raven, so that's why there's a big bird beside the soon-to-be dark-haired one. Unfortunately, it didn't exactly turn out how I wanted it to, but I tried. I like how it turned out though, somewhat, but yeah. The kind of thing I've noticed though with trying to mix together my own paint is that because the palette is white, it's kind of hard sometimes to tell what the paint is going to look like when I actually put it on the paper. So like this looked like a decent skin tone, but once it was against the kind of reddish tone, it was weirdly orange. So I had to try again, lighten it up, make it more pink, a little less orange, because I don't think this child is supposed to be orange. This child is not mine. So anyway, they're both children, by the way. The one in pigtails is my friend's character named Autumn, and the one with the long, soon-to-be dark hair is named Mercy. No relation to the Overwatch character, by the way. Ironically, I decided to name this character Mercy right before I played Overwatch for the first time. Ironically, I don't know how that happened. It happened. Anyway, her raven, who is not as big as it should be, it's actually a lot smaller than ravens I think are supposed to be. I think they're about 3 feet in length, roughly, from tip of the beak to the end of their tail, I think. Don't quote me on that, because I do not know. I'm not an expert on birds of prey. Regardless, I didn't draw him as big as he probably should have been, but that's okay. He's fine as he is. I've been thinking about possible um characteristics, I guess, for Mercy, because I think she's kind of human, but I think I want her to be something a little more than that. Like maybe she has some kind of secret power or something. So I kind of somewhat like it when characters in books will discover they have some kind of fancy power. I don't know. Depends on if it's done tastefully, though. In any case, I'm kind of considering things like I don't really want to say it actually because I would like to mm, I can words maybe. I would like to surprise my friend, and I know she watches my videos. At least she tries to anyway, and I very much appreciate it. And I love her. She's amazing. Anyway, I want to surprise her, so I may not say it straight up, but if I do decide on what I'm thinking, then I may end up doing artwork of that later. So I guess stay tuned. And I uh, I want to start playing more with dark tones because I was having such a hard time trying to get Mercy's hair to look black, but not like jet black. Like I want it to have an undertone to make it feel more natural, I guess. So it's not just straight black. Hope that makes sense. I just want it to feel more alive than just looking like a black hole. So that's why uh Mischief, the raven, isn't quite as dark as he probably should be. Possibly, because ravens look almost like black holes with feathers, with their freaking dark black feathers. Trying to figure out how to light this was interesting. I tried to do the dark, shadows behind them, like the literal shadows, where their cast shadow is behind them down the hill I assume they're sitting on. And it just feels kind of flat. Like it doesn't feel like it worked very well. Also, I was trying to get the grass texture, but it was kind of a struggle. Later, I added kind of a soft. It wasn't actually black. It was more of like a brown, but when it was mixed with the green, it looked kind of black. Regardless, I used that to kind of help give the grass shadows that the girls have kind of a grassy texture. I don't know how well I succeeded. This is all just experimentation for me. Like whenever I use paint, it's always experimentation because I am not an expert and I like watching tutorials and stuff for paint, but since I have such a terrible memory, I have a tendency to completely forget it before I even sit down to start painting. Regardless, I've been trying to retain the knowledge that I have gathered, I guess, with gouache, and I feel like one of the problems I've been having with paint is because I'm using brushes that don't have very large nibs, brush tips. I don't they don't have enough bristles. They aren't that thick. So maybe I don't know if I can just get like a bigger brush to paint with, because that seems to be easiest, even though the tip is a little harder to control. Then maybe the painting will turn out better because I don't really like using a whole bunch of paint brushes. I like using just one. Anyway, thank you for watching, and there are links on the screen. Bye!